Effects of poverty on economy. In many countries, poverty has been an ongoing issue. This can be measured using a poverty line that is based on household income. In addition to providing basic necessities, there are many effects of poverty on economy and society as a whole. Poverty has many negative effects on society and the economy. Poverty leads to bad nutrition and a lack of adequate medical care. This, in turn, can lead to a high rate of infant mortality and low life expectancy for the members of that population. Individuals who are not well nourished or who are getting inadequate rest can have poor performance at work or school, which may lead to lower economic production. A household that is short on money for food and health care may have fewer family resources available for education. Effects of poverty on jobs. One of the causes of poverty is insufficient access to decent and productive employment opportunities, both urban and rural, including self-employment. The effects of poverty on jobs go both ways. For the poor, access to productive employment is a challenge, while at the same time, poverty can adversely affect labor markets through cycles of low demand and reduced investments in human capital. This entry focuses on employment effects on both men and women. For information on gender inequalities in labor markets and skills development, see the entry on gender inequalities in education, employment, and entrepreneurship. Effects of poverty on homelessness. Poverty causes homelessness. In the United States, almost half of all people experiencing homelessness are employed, but they still can't afford housing due to low wages, lack of affordable housing options, and high rental costs. Higher rates of poverty, reduced educational attainment and poor access to healthcare are a few of the causes of homelessness. According to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, these obstacles alone are not responsible for homelessness, as many people with similar disadvantages remain housed. Other factors include domestic violence, illness, and substance abuse. Effects of poverty on economy. Effects of poverty on hunger. Poverty is the leading cause of hunger worldwide. When people are unable to afford adequate housing, clothing, and food, they are at risk of hunger. There is no single cause of poverty, but rather a combination of causes such as education, unemployment, and gender inequalities. Yet gender inequalities are the central reason why so many people escape extreme poverty. The majority of those living in extreme poverty are individual women working small farms or earning less pay than men through employment opportunities in their country. Understanding these issues helps those who work toward ending poverty realize the damage this issue can cause to those who suffer from it. Effects of poverty on Indian economy. The poor state of the economy can be blamed on different factors. The main causes of poverty in India are a combination of civil war, lack of industry and growth, religious conflicts, and family feuds. The effects of poverty on the Indian economy are many. Many households migrate for work and get separated from their families. The economy is largely dependent on agriculture, which does not have high growth potential. Poor health conditions, especially in rural areas, resulting in low life expectancy and high illiteracy. The majority of the population are employed in the agricultural sector and do not have adequate income to sustain themselves and their families. Effects of poverty on Indian economy are important to know so that we can control them. Effects of poverty on the African economy. One of the major effects of poverty on the economy is that it hinders economic development. This prevents Africa from rapidly growing and developing. Also, since people are poor, they are not able to afford what they need or require. The effect of poverty on the economy of Africa is very alarming, as it is more than likely to create political instability where basic needs are not available. As a result of scarcity, Africans cannot access credit to boost their businesses. Additionally, African countries lack strategic planning because of unstable governments due to poor people who cannot feed themselves and family members, which creates tension for political rule in Africa. Effects of poverty on the American economy. Many families in the United States have to make a trade-off between buying food and paying for other expenses such as health insurance, utility bills, medical expenses, and others. This is because they fall below the poverty line, which is set by the government to designate a family whose income level is under a set amount. Poverty may be caused by unemployment and other factors such as lack of education, depending on the situation. The top 3 causes of poverty in America are lack of education, lack of motivation, and addiction. Poverty is a problem because it has large effects on the American economy, both short and long term. For example, the poverty rate has increased by more than 25% since 1989. The costs associated with having a large number of people living in poverty are staggering. It costs taxpayers nearly $500 billion a year to care for the roughly 44 million Americans who live below the poverty level.